Welcome back to the Delivering More platform, folks. I'm your host, Ben Alkire. Thank you so much for consuming the content morning, afternoon, and evening. We appreciate it. As always, if you could hit that subscribe button down below, that's going to help us out more you could ever know. I have another beautiful Meet the Team to bring to you folks today. I have with us another representative from our delivery operations team. Let's take some time today to get to know Larry. We're in the middle of the week, right? So Wednesday, usually the busiest day of the week.
Correct.
How was it over there today? I know I was talking to Derek yesterday. He said it was pretty smooth sailing yesterday. So a little chaotic today, or did we get through it?
Yes. Today was kind of busy, which Wednesdays usually are. We definitely have a lot of routes to do. I'm a router over on that side, and we just deal with a lot of deliveries each day. It's pretty good, pretty fun atmosphere. But yesterday was very, very busy.
What? How do you feel like your process with the routing nowadays goes? You guys got the hang of it over there, or like you got? Because how does that work? That you guys bounce around from like you take the East Coast, Justin takes the West Coast, or like does that change every single day?
Okay. Well, since I've been here a little over a year, we had several different processes. Our current process is running pretty swell. So right now what we do, we start with all the breakfast orders. So we'll do the breakfast orders first, and then we'll move into lunch second.
Okay. So just based on like the pickup time, basically, like
Yes,
what comes first.
yes. Yeah, we used to do it by Eastern, Central, and Western, but currently we're just doing whichever orders come first.
Okay, so yeah, my question was a little outdated.
It's all good.
No, yes, that's how I was showing my age. That's how we used to do it back when I was over there. We would just do East, Central, West. So okay, that's actually something I wasn't aware of. We do it by pickup time now. That's pretty intriguing. What about growing up? Are you a Canton, Ohio native, Massillon, Ohio native?
Yes, I'm a Canton, Ohio native. I've been here most of my life. I moved a few years. I was in the service in the Marine Corps, but for the most part of my 47 years, I've been in Canton, Ohio.
Hell yeah, I didn't know you had a military background at all. What about high school and things? You go to like Glen Oak, McKinley? Where'd you go to school?
Yes, I went to Canton, Glen Oak. Pretty good area I grew up in. I had a lot of good friends, different races, different type of people. So I feel I had a very good experience in high school.
Hell yeah, yeah. I lived in Canton, right behind Milk and Honey on Cleveland Avenue.
Yes.
I should have went to Glen Oak, but my dad was a teacher at North Canton, so I went to North Canton, and then I moved to Jackson. So I missed out on Glen Oak.
Oh wow, yeah. I did a little program at North Canton for like a year or so, doing printing, t-shirt printing. So I was over there doing a vocational program there for a while. So I did enjoy my time in North Canton as well.
Hell yeah. It's been a little travel across Stark County. What about growing up in terms of like sports and family and things like that? Mom, dad, brother, sister, sports growing up?
Yes. What's awesome about my family? My dad went to Canton McKinley. My mom went to Washington Massillon.
Oh.
So we had a little rivalry going on. I went to Glen Oak, so I was kind of out of it, but I definitely enjoyed it. I had uncles that played football for Massillon. They were very good athletes. Also family members that played for Canton McKinley as well. So it was a great rivalry growing up. I played for Glen Oak. I played a little running back, defensive end, and just had a great childhood experience playing football around here. Football's king in Canton, Ohio.
Oh yeah. What do you still go to do your family get up for the games every year still?
Yes, sir. Well, I went to a couple this year for Glen Oak. They were finally doing pretty well this year. We beat Canton McKinley, so go Eagles. And it was a very, very good year.
Yeah. Dave's son on the team out there watching him.
Yes, young Potter. He's awesome. He's a monster out there. So he did his thing. I was very proud to see him. He's a short guy, but he's an animal.
I believe it.
It's like Wolverine. He's awesome. So yes.
Hell yeah. What about growing up in Canton in terms of like first job? Did you have a job growing up in high school?
Well, I was lucky. I played sports, so my mom kind of spoiled me. So she didn't make me get a job, which was kind of cool and kind of bad, but I definitely enjoyed my freedom. I had fun playing basketball, football, baseball, every sport. But unfortunately, my sisters did have to work because they didn't do extracurricular activities, so they had to work. But yeah, I enjoyed my childhood. I had a lot of fun, a lot of good friends. I lived on a couple of different sides of town, met a lot of people, and played sports with a lot of different individuals who I still are friends with
What you mentioned a couple sisters. Are you like oldest, youngest, middle in terms of the order of things?
Oh, I'm the oldest.
Oldest.
Yes. I'm big brother. I have a sister that's 1 year younger than me, and then another one that's 10 years younger.
Oh, 10 years. So what in terms of like when you're in high school, like you probably had the car, you're driving to school.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Was there ever like a battleground with the younger sister? Like, hey, you're taking too long to get ready in the morning. We gotta get out the door. Like, what's going on?
Well, fortunately, my school was split up. So we had an East and a West campus. So like juniors and seniors went to one school.
Oh, really?
Freshmen and sophomore went to another school. So she went to the opposite school of me. So, I was by myself on that.
Okay.
So,
Easy enough.
Yes.
Easy enough. And then 10 years younger, the sister. The age gap. What was it? Was it nice having? I don't even know how like. You had to take care of that help take care of that child as a baby. I imagine as the older brother, sometimes the parents want to get away for an evening.
Yes,
they want to have a night out to themselves. You're there to babysit a little bit. Did you enjoy doing that as the older brother?
I definitely did, man. It was a responsibility. My father passed away when I was 12, so I just kind of took the role of kind of being her big brother, but also like a father figure as well. So I definitely enjoyed my time with her. She looked up to me, even more than my sister. She spent a lot of time with me. She would come with me to my friend's house. We would play sports together, all kind of good stuff. So yes, I still take care of my sisters to this day.
Hell yeah. Props to you for that, man. That's amazing to hear. And then getting out of Canton then for a little bit, you mentioned the Marine Corps. Was that immediately after high school?
Yes, it was that summer after high school. Most of my friends were going to college or going to the military. I just didn't want to sit at home in Canton. I wanted to get out and see the world a little bit. So I talked to a couple different recruiters, Army, Air Force, Marines, and I just knew I wasn't ready for college. I just wanted, enjoy the world and see different things and, and stay athletic as well, So I joined the Marine Corps. They had the best uniforms, so that was my choice.
What did you get to do all that traveling? Did they take you places around the world that you got to see?
Yes, sir. So I went a few places. I went to North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida. I went overseas for a little bit before I got out, but I definitely enjoyed my time there. It was a great learning experience. It taught me work ethic. It taught me responsibility. It taught me how to be a man. So I definitely love the Marine Corps.
Hell yeah. That gave me goosebumps a little bit. What in terms of like active duty or like after you get out of the service, how does that all work when you're in that service? Would you have the opportunity? I don't know if you call it seeing battlegrounds an opportunity, but did you have a chance to go overseas and actually be a part of anything like that, or were you always at home just kind of like in a mainstay position?
Well, fortunately, I was in during the Clinton years. There was not much going on. There was a little bit going on overseas, but most of those years from I went in 95, got out in 99. It was very, nothing much was going on. So I basically stayed in the U.S. and had most of my, time over here. Spent a lot of time in South Carolina at Paris Island, the recruit depot. Spent a lot of time in North Carolina as well. So, yeah, I definitely enjoyed my time in, but fortunately, there was really nothing going on at that time.
So then what are you guys doing? Like just drilling constantly or like preparing if anything should happen? Like what's going on then?
Okay. Well, where I was at, spent a lot of time in Paris Island, which is the recruit depot. So that's where the recruits come in and then they graduate boot camp and then they leave out. So I was in supply. So most of the time there, I did things like made sure each area battalion had their equipment. So whether they needed their gas mask or they needed their blankets, they needed whatever they needed taken care of, that's what we did in my department. So it was not bad at all, pretty easy. I had a good time after work, but basically I just had like a 9-to-5 job. I would go in at like 6 a.m., leave at 4:30, 16:30.
16:30. Shout out military clock. What what about what year do you get out of the service?
Oh, I got out in 99.
99.
Yes, sir.
And is that because you had served like a certain period of time and you were now allowed to do that, or do we like how do you actually navigate leaving a service like that?
Oh, well, you basically sign up for 6 years, 4 active, 2 inactive. So if anything ever happened, you could always be called back for those, last 2 years. But you do the 4, then after the 4, your time is up. So from that time on, then I went back to the civilian world. I missed the military a little bit, but I was ready to do my own thing.
Okay, and that was 99 that you
Yes,
left the
sir.
service. So we get to Y2K. People are freaking out a little bit.
Yes,
going
that
into
was
Y2K.
correct. That was going on while I was in there.
Okay.
And I don't know how much people were freaking out, but they were a little bit, as far as even our computer system, as far as in the Marine Corps, because we had the very old DOS system, which that was a system at that time, and it was panic everywhere about Y2K. But within the Marine Corps itself, I never heard anything. It was just more of like, what was going around at that time. So yeah, but it was crazy. But fortunately, nothing happened.
Hell yeah. What so then what do you do when you get out of the military? You mentioned you're now in civilian life. Did you just go find a regular 9-to-5 job? What do you do immediately after that?
Well, honestly, being so squared away for those 4 years, as far as how you train, how you eat, what you do at work, I need a little time to detox, honestly. So I spent like 3 or 4 months honestly doing nothing, partying with some friends, some buddies I haven't seen in a long time, and catching up on different things around our area. But after that, I had to get to work. I had to find a job. So I was living with mom as well. She was like, "Okay, son, it's time for you to get yourself together." So that's what I did.
Nice. And then do you just go search and can for a new job? Or did you find like a trade? What do you navigate to?
Okay. Well, back in '99, we had no really not the use of the internet like we do now. So I had to go buy a bunch of Sunday papers. A bunch of Sunday papers. You go through the Sunday paper, you just find out who's hiring, and then you kind of want to, find out what you like to do. I was in there, I was in supply, but I didn't know which direction to go. And a lot of people in our area at that time worked at factories. So I had an aunt. She was a foreman at the Hoover Company in North Canton. And I reached out to her and see if they were hiring. And she said yes. I went in there, filled out an application, and I worked there. I got a job there.
Oh yeah, and that Hoover building recently got repurposed, right? That just happened over the last few years.
Yes, it's maybe 4 or 5 different businesses at the Hoover building that I worked in for 5 years.
Yeah, that was crazy. I remember always driving into North Canton, seeing that big. It was almost like a smoke tower that had the big Hoover HOOVER down it. You
yes,
remember
sir.
that?
Yes. I still see it now because I go to the YMCA.
Yeah, right across the street.
Right across the street. Yes. But that was a great place to work. It was a good work environment. I really enjoyed my time there. I wish it was still around, but
yeah, hell yeah, a little Hoover vacuum action, whatever else you guys were making over there. What about after your time there? Then let's navigate me now to then what? So you're celebrating a year at DeliverThat, I believe. I think what? End of
last month.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
In February of this past year. So congratulations on a year anniversary. But walk me through what you do from Hoover to then DeliverThat.
All right. Well, after that, Hoover was more of an assembly plant. So then again, I'm trying to find out what I want to do with my life. Assembly was fine, warehouse work was fine, but I kind of wanted something else, another direction. So I was over a friend's house, laid off from the Hoover company because they moved the company. So I got laid off. So I started just looking for jobs. It was a little hard, a little rough. This was maybe 04, 05. And a friend of mine said, I have a job working at a call center. She was like, "Can you do call center work?" I said, "I've never tried it. I don't know. I can barely type." She was like, "Well, just come try it and you see how it works out." So I applied, got that job within the call center, and I flourished. I really enjoyed it. I learned how to type better. I learned how to use computers better. I learned how to work on the phone and do different things of that nature. So that kind of pushed me in a direction to where, I could do office work and different things of that nature. So right after that, unfortunately, I was there maybe 8 years, and they shut down as well. So I got laid off from there. So with that, I had time to think of what I wanted to do, and I applied at FedEx, Custom Critical, which is in Greene, Ohio, and I got the job there. I worked there for 5 years. I really enjoyed it. I learned so much about logistics, as far as pickups, deliveries, different sizes of trucks, how to ship to Canada, just everything you need to know about logistics and deliveries and all kind of good stuff. So I became a dispatcher there, and I really enjoyed my time there as well.
Okay, so that's intriguing. And so I imagine when you see an ad pop up or however you become familiar about Deliver That and begin to apply here, you see dispatch, you see logistics and kind of the knowledge base of what we're looking for, and you're like, okay, that's right in my wheelhouse.
Exactly. I seen it on Indeed, and I was like, okay, it sounds like something that's right up my alley. So I applied. I had several 2 great interviews. I love the energy. I love the feeling and the newness of the company. It just felt like it's something I want to be a part of and grow with.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, and you mentioned kind of early on here in our conversation how much things have grown in terms of like policies and how we do things, and just the time that you've been here, right? Just a little over a year now, and the way we route, the way we talk to drivers, the way we file things on the back end, whether it be communications, text, policies, process, things like that. Everything kind of, I feel like almost like 180s, like month over month sometimes. It's crazy how rapidly things change. Is that fun for you, or is that like difficult? Do you find that interesting? How do you feel about working in an environment where things like are so not like topsy-turvy or like, but they just have the possibility that things could be changing pretty quickly?
Yes. With my call center experience at different places, I've kind of seen like how you can start small and grow bigger. And I also seen a place like FedEx where it's already huge, a monster. Right. So I just see how we're headed in the correct direction. Like you said, with the policies, the routing guidelines, how we're putting things together is making total sense to me, and it's pretty awesome the way things are coming together. The dispatching has changed so much since I've been here in the last year. It's gotten so much better. Sometimes we may take a step back in the way we do things, but then we take a step forward and do things so much better. And as of the past week or so, we changed the process again, and it's awesome now.
Oh yeah,
it works way better, and I love it. So.
Hell yeah, yeah. I think that's pretty interesting too, because you mentioned like you're coming from a place from FedEx where like everything from A to Z is so squared away, right? It's like you do it this, and this, and that's how we do it. A, B, C, D. Then you come here where it's like, all right, like you do this, and then like it kind of depends on the driver, depends on the restaurant, depends on the market. And like as you mentioned, now we have the guidelines, now we have specific policies in place. So that is interesting how like things are becoming like more transparent and more like squared away in how everything operates.
Yes. And, me being one of the older people here, I kind of enjoy a process that's more squared away, that's more solid like it is now. And it's becoming what I think this company will be in the future. It's becoming pretty awesome. So.
Hell yeah. And you mentioned a few times, at your position as a router in the routing guidelines themselves has that helped your day-to-day life and making that process easier for you when you come in the morning? Like it's very cut and dry, like, hey, this goes together, this works, this does not. And now the drivers also understand, hey, this is why this delivery can't happen with this one, or this is why we have to take the delivery away, or this is why we need to move this next delivery back 15 minutes, or this one forward 15.
Yes. It definitely helps. It keeps it everything in line for as the process goes. So if a driver calls in and has an issue about why can I do this, why can I do that, we can clearly explain to them, well, this has the same delivery time. You can't be 2 places at one time, or traffic is high around noon in this area, so we may have to push it out, or we may not be able to do that today. So me as a router and Justin as well, we have no issue, no problem talking to any driver that calls in and has a question. So if you call in, you have a question, we're here for you guys. So it's not a big deal.
Hell yeah. And I feel like where things like got convoluted in the past, though, was when we didn't have those specific guidelines in place, where it's like it feels like drivers would call in and it felt like almost like subjective. Like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like you're like, well, you let me do this last week, but now this week you won't. Now moving forward, it's like, okay, this is why this is happening.
Yes, and what I like to be is fair with every driver. So I don't want to give one driver a privilege that I wouldn't give another driver. So the guidelines just helps fix all that. So, hey, this is it for you. The same for any other driver, we have. So it's definitely a good thing to have the guidelines.
Nice. Yeah, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly with that. What about just kind of working with those drivers day in, day out? You mentioned previous experience in the call center, and then obviously with the logistics stuff at FedEx. Do you like interacting with drivers on a day-to-day basis? I know there's always a ton of things that can happen, whether it's good, bad, this, that, and the third, but making those calls, dealing with it over text, do you enjoy the interaction with the drivers every day?
Oh, I definitely do. Being at FedEx, I did driver experience and dispatch. And what I like to do with anybody I have, as far as customer service-wise, a driver, anybody, is put myself in their shoes. So how would they feel if this happened or that happened, or they may be having a bad day, or they may have gotten a flat tire, or, a number of things could have happened that day. So I don't want to, start the call aggressively. I want to listen first, see what's going on, and see how I can help. So I kind of take that approach. Just put myself in their shoes. What's going on? I know sometimes they have excuses, which they may have just woke up late. But I'll sympathize, listen, and then see how we can fix it. So.
Yeah, that's a great perspective to operate from. I know when I was there, some days I was battling to not like blow my lid sometimes. And
yes.
That's why I'm not over there anymore, to put it very bluntly. But no, yeah, I mean that's amazing that you have that kind of mindset when you're dealing with things that are happening every single day over there. So I appreciate that. I think drivers appreciate that as well. We kind of talked about DeliverThat moving forward in terms of things and how you appreciate where you see it going. What do you appreciate about the company right now and just how it operates within it? Are there things you think DeliverThat could be doing better, or are there things you think that you see are flourishing right now that are going to be better in the future? It's just going to take some time. What do you enjoy about the company right now?
I enjoy everything right now, far even has how the company started, from being a small delivery company of delivering all kind of things to just breaking it down to food service. It's awesome. It's a great idea. It's innovative. It's something I wish I thought of, just the whole idea of it. And I think it's something that can, be maybe 10 times bigger than it is now. It's just a great business model. I'm having fun here. I enjoy the smaller environment, but I know it's going to get bigger. I know it's going to happen. We're going to get busier. And I don't mind the work. I don't mind, drivers calling in. I don't mind, routing. Probably right now, I'll do like maybe 100 a day. I don't care if it's 150, 200. It's a good work environment. It's a good place to be. So I enjoy here, and I enjoy the people. Everybody's really upbeat in here. Everybody's friendly to everybody. Everybody speaks to everybody, even the CEOs to the owner. Everybody is, has an open door policy. So I definitely enjoy that as well, which a lot of companies, you don't get that. I probably worked at maybe one company I could talk to the CEO personally, one-on-one, which, that doesn't happen everywhere. So, I definitely enjoy it here, and that whole open door policy is awesome.
Hell yeah, yeah. I think people too, like when you kind of view like DeliverThat from the outside looking in, whether it's as a driver, a partner, whatever, I think like you have like that call center feel sometimes, or like that appearance where like people think they're calling into like this massive company where like these, this dispatcher or this CSR isn't talking to that CSR. So like they don't think we're communicating in like this direct environment where like, but it is like you said, you're 30 feet away from Lissa, or like 20 yards away from Holly, who's on the complete opposite end of the office, but like in all reality, it's 20 steps away to like just go talk to someone in a whole nother department. Yes. So like that aspect of things, I think I enjoy that environment. Like you said, exactly. I think like the open floor plan, the open communication is suitable and best for to get done what we need to do on a daily basis.
Exactly. It doesn't dilute the process. It makes it fast. We can get things done quickly in a quick manner. I can talk to anybody in customer service, or like you said, driver experience. We can handle it fast and, come to a quick solution, which is best for everybody.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. I'm in agreement there. What, Man, in terms of Deliver That, I think that's really all I got. I know I know there's always some music playing over there on that side of the office. Are you who do you think is the best DJ on the ones and twos over there in terms of when they get on the tunes? You think you have a preference in who gets phone privileges over there playing that music?
Well, I would like to say my buddy Justin because he sits right beside me.
Okay, so you can like be like, yo, like, let's get this in rotation.
Can we hear a little Kendrick?
Yeah.
Can I get a little Biggie Smalls? I'm more of an old school hip hop guy, so I like a lot of Wu-Tang, Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie Smalls, guys like that. Little Kendrick mixed in, a little Drake mixed in, but so I love sitting beside him because I can say, hey, can you play this? Can you play that for us? So.
Okay.
He's my guy over there.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's great. I know he loves it too. That's what he does. So he loves doing that. What I know you're always a great time at the outings.
Yes,
like the quarterly outings we do. We got another one coming up here at the end of this month. Well, actually, it'll have just happened when I think this releases because this is going to be going out in April. Awesome. So it'll be just coming off the Q1 event.
Yes.
But any suggestions on things you think? I know. So I was just talking to Diane, our new HR woman here this morning, and we're just kind of going back and forth. And like in terms of booking these events, right? Like it went from okay, we got to find a space for 30 people, 35 people, which pretty easy. You can navigate that in a pretty an easy environment, whether you're going to a local restaurant, you're going bowling, you're going to a baseball game, whatever. Now we're trying to book events for, if we have you guys bring plus ones, we're talking, if every single employee comes, we're talking 80 plus people.
Yeah, we're growing.
Right? So now It's becoming this thing where like, all right, now it was, can we find a place or an activity to do? Now it's like, can we find anywhere that will host that many people? So any suggestions, anything you think top of mind that would be suitable?
My coworkers over there, I think they're trying to bully me into saying karaoke. So, karaoke is fine as well. I don't mind. I can't sing that well. But, I'm thinking maybe, I know last year we had a baseball game.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I don't know. This is springtime, so I kind of want to do something outside, but who knows what the weather's going to be.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe the karaoke. I went to this place in Akron this past weekend on a date. It's called Spin Bowl. I don't know if you heard of it, but it's a pretty cool place. They have bowling, axe throwing, pool tables, video games. It's pretty fun, pretty good time.
Bowl.
So that might be that's a little suggestion.
Okay, it's like is the space pretty big? Like, what are we talking?
Well, I went on a Saturday. Saturdays are packed.
Packed, right?
So if we maybe have it during the week, maybe a Thursday or even a Friday may not be as packed. Also, after a certain time, they have just adults. So all the kids are out of there.
Right.
And it's like they have night bowling, which is cool. Axe throwing is fun as well. So that might be something we could do.
Yeah, no, that's intriguing. And weirdly enough, I just bought, so this is super weird that this happened yesterday, and I think the guy might have been lying to me, for sure saw my name pop up, but I bought tickets to the first Dollar Dog Night coming up in May, and literally like 10 seconds after I pressed purchase on them, the rep from the Guardians called me.
Oh, wow.
And was like, hey, man, I know you guys came to an event last year at a ball game. I just wanted to follow up and see if you wanted to do that again this year.
Wow.
So that's already in the works.
Okay.
So I think we're going to be at the end of June, beginning of July, we'll be hitting another Guardians game. I like doing that. That was fun. That was a good time.
Oh, most definitely. I was hoping we can go during the eclipse.
That's like opening day,
That's opening
right?
day. I'm joking. Okay. I'm joking on that.
Okay, I'll think about it.
But yeah, that's gonna be pretty awesome. I was thinking about taking the day to go see it, but nah, I'm okay.
Yeah, it's just like baseball games in like April or like end of, I think opening days like maybe the end of March.
I think April 8th.
April 8th, yeah, first week of April. It's just always like, it could be like 45 degrees out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's just like, I feel like baseball, there's a huge argument on like, should baseball shorten the season and stuff?
Yes.
I think it needs to be like June to October instead of like April. I just feel like the first 2 months, especially for the Guardians, like you're playing in cold weather every home game. The offense is so bad because it's so cold.
Exactly.
You can't even hit the ball.
Yeah, it's way too cold. And the Guardians struggle every year. At the beginning of the season.
100%. 100%.
It's just way too cold. And some reason we always start off up here. they always start off in Ohio the first few weeks, then which we should be maybe in Houston or somewhere like that.
You have
Florida.
spring training in Phoenix, and then you come back to Cleveland. It makes no sense.
No, it's too cold. It's too cold to hit a baseball. Way too cold. So yeah, I think you're correct on that.
All right. Well, Spin Bowl. I think I might have to give Spin Bowl a call here once we get out of here, Larry. Let me close this out.
All right.
We'll get a little this or that action. I'll run you through.
Yes, sir.
Pick one or the other. We'll count it right down, and we'll get you back over there doing the rest of your things. All right?
Sounds good.
All right. We'll start out, Larry. This or that. How do you feel about hot coffee or iced coffee?
Oh, definitely hot coffee. I never had iced coffee ever in my life, and I never will. I like my coffee hot.
All right. What about early mornings or late nights?
Either one, but I'm a morning guy, so I prefer to get up early in the morning. I'll get up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock, go get a quick workout in, maybe work out for like 45 minutes or so, take my shower, come on into work.
Dang, I didn't know you were an early workout guy. How early are you in here in the mornings?
I have to be here by 7 a.m. I'm in the parking lot by usually like 6:50-ish.
Dang, 7 a.m. Okay. I respect it. What about in terms of like a road trip or something like that? And you mentioned you're going on a little date up to Akron. That's like a 15, 20-minute drive. Would you prefer to be the driver or passenger?
I could switch back and forth, but I wouldn't mind riding. Some reason I have seem like I get hypnotized by the highway. I have a lot of family in Detroit, and that's only like a 3.5 hour ride. And I get tired within like the first hour of the drive. I don't know what it is, but last time I went to Detroit, I took my mother, and I couldn't turn my music on. So I couldn't blast my music.
Keep me awake,
and we were listening to gospel the whole way. And I struggled to stay awake. I said, "Mom, please let me get 20 minutes of my music." So she did let me do that. So
okay. So we're going passenger for driver passenger. I like that. What about books or movies?
Definitely a movie guy. I keep wanting to download Audible and listen to books, but I don't want to pay for it. So I need a free app on my phone. If anybody has a free app, let me know, please.
You have to tap in. We used to there were like usually 5 or 6 of us who all had Christian's Audible accounts. You might have to tap in, see if we'll give you that login.
Now, Christian did give me an app to download, but I think it was still, I had to pay for it. So he told me to check out the library app. He said the library has an app where you can check out so many books at certain times, but the books I wanted to check out, they were already checked out, which I didn't know Audible books could be checked out. That blows my mind. I thought, I could.
It's like there's only so many people that can listen to it.
Only like 5 or 6 at a time, yes. So that was weird to me.
That doesn't make a lot of sense. That does not make a lot of sense.
Not at all.
What about what are my other this or that? What about we'll go back to breakfast food. Are you a breakfast guy?
Oh, yes, sir.
What about pancakes or waffles?
Neither. Too many carbs.
Okay.
My opinion, when you eat pancakes and waffles for breakfast, you're eating dessert for breakfast. You're eating cake. I don't want to eat cake for breakfast. I'm a big omelet guy. I need like 4 eggs and like 4 or 5 pieces of bacon. Maybe some potatoes, but not really. Just give me eggs and bacon or sausage. That's all I need.
Okay. Yeah. I would go waffles if you're asking me, but I'm the same. I've been trying to watch the carbs, and I'm also the same. Like Tanya and Andrew, like they bring in like those cookies that are sitting in there. Like it's like 7 a.m. and they're like sending a message like, "Hey, cookies in the lunchroom." And I'm like, "Come on, guys!" Like
now, if I had to pick, it would be waffles. I'll just try to watch it. I don't not like them. They're delicious. It's just too much early in the morning.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yes. Yeah, starting because you get all that sugar too. You're crashing.
You're going to crash.
Like 1 p.m.
You're going to crash.
You're not making it to the end of the day.
Exactly. Get that sugar high and then come down. It's over with. So
that's tough. That's tough. What about how do you feel? Would you rather go out to eat or stay at home and cook?
I'd rather have home cooked food. I love home cooked food. I don't mind going out. I know when you go on dates, you go out to eat and stuff like that, but I prefer either making it myself or, my mother making it or my girlfriend making it or whoever. I just prefer home cooked meals. I love barbecuing. I make pretty good salmon, so I prefer home cooked food. And I trust myself, in the kitchen. I don't know what they're doing in the other kitchen at Fridays or Applebee's. So
that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. All right. Well, Larry, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you spending some time over here with me. I appreciate the year you spent with us.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully we get to do this again next year. 2 years in, we'll see what we got down the line, and well, hopefully we can work in the spin bowl. Is that what it was?
Spin bowl.
Hopefully
yes,
we can work in some spin bowl, and we get working another Guardians game.
That'll work.
We'll see what we got working with the rest of the year.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Right,
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
All right.